Is it recording?
Yeah, you want to kick us off?
I think this is the first time I've sat down and we're ready. Usually we're messing with things and I'm
Well,
like, come on, let's go. Let's go.
We'll see. Oh.
You got a friend, Blue.
Do you want to hand him over here to me?
Sure.
Seriously? Seriously? You can't even pick him up?
He's running away.
I know. Come here. Okay, keep talking.
Well, the AV's working, but we still have the dog issue. We're trying to get settled.
Well, we have the dog issue, and okay.
One more doggy. Get all three. While you're doing that, welcome back to Riding Along the Waves. We're here. We did it.
We did it. We're late. We are. Oh, that's another thing we need to talk about. Is like schedule moving forward, since it's been so wonky the last couple of weeks, which is both of our bad. I'd like to just point out, if it was just one of us recording, we would be able to like get it done on time.
True, but when you throw a second variable in there.
Right, trying to get us both with the same hour to do this every week.
Yeah.
So I think moving forward, I'm just going to start posting on Fridays.
I like it.
It gives us a couple extra days.
Well, I feel like every week there's like a different excuse. Like I was a little under the weather last week. I think the week before you were. I feel like we're still saying we're getting caught up from spring break, which is such a BS
like
excuse like 3 weeks ago.
Maybe even a month ago at this point. But yeah, we are though. So.
Is getting caught up even a real thing? Do you just need to accept that you're never going to feel caught up in all things life?
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of agree.
Yeah, even looking around our house, that's how I feel right now.
Yeah.
Like I feel like we should be caught up, or maybe like I make moves on one room, and then even just walking from like the kitchen to our bedroom.
And then another room blows up.
Yeah.
The little girl's tiny library room that they now have converted into a fort.
Yeah, that's now exploded, and there's blankets and pillows and
games and magic sets and books and.
But they've been keeping their room clean.
That's true.
We reorganized their entire room last weekend,
and they've done a great job of like keeping it clean. I'd say. I mean, little things here and there. Laundry's probably the biggest thing, but.
Yeah, but I cleared out about 2 baskets out of that room, maybe I don't know, a few weeks ago, and I'm just hiding them in the basement under a blanket. Of it, just like random shit that like if you ask them, they'd say no, don't throw it out.
Oh, of course.
But I'm like, I'm gonna take all this away, and no one is even gonna know that it's missing. So
you did that 2 months ago, and they haven't said anything about it.
I know, but yeah, and so I think that's helping them keep that room a little tidier. It's like there's not so many like just knickknacks.
Yeah.
Treasure.
We're making progress, baby.
Yeah.
But you do such a good job with one room, and then I feel like another room explodes.
Right, like the office right now has completely exploded. I meant to text you last week and be like, hey, just a heads up. This is my next to-do list, because it just looks.
I know. I went in there this morning and I was like, whoa, like, hey, babes, what's the plan for this office? Yeah,
you were very nice about it. And I was like, I'm sorry, this is completely unacceptable. Like this, it's completely blown up, because we've talked about this before, but I'm cleaning out that closet that has all of my extra along the wave stuff from when we launched, which is like a year and a half ago.
Yep.
And I've just been throwing everything in there. And then this is the first launch that we're doing like fun PR boxes. We've never done that before.
Have you talked about the PR boxes yet?
I don't know. It's nothing like too exciting.
Yeah, but kind of stepping up your game.
Trying to. Yeah. I had my gal design me like a really cool box. Looks like a house. It's really, really cool. I think we're going to do a couple PR box giveaways, like to people, like
cool.
Not just send them out, but like send them to moms too.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah. And then I got some of my favorite brands to send me some stuff. So I've been getting those boxes, like Jukebox, right? Like they sent soap and deodorant to be in there.
Oh yeah.
Like the sky blue Malibu. So it's like wave themed, right?
And you got some candles you made.
Yeah. So that's just all in there. There's this company called A Wild Flame. It's a mom who makes her own candles. And she just sent me like a gifting box with candles, and they smelled so good that I was like, hey, what if we did an Along the Waves candle? And I could put it in the PR box. She was very nice. So if you are looking for a candle, go check it out.
Exactly.
Yeah. So my bad on that.
Yeah. Very, very cool. Some exciting things happening, and you were showing me some photos from the men's line today.
Yep. Yeah, we're working on the men's line, which is hard. as I'm not a dude.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to get feedback from you and the artist who's drawing them as a guy.
Okay.
So I'm hoping for some like street cred there.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
He kind of knows maybe. I'm like, would you wear this?
I would think so.
Yeah, like the one I was showing you today. I was like, is this pink? Like, is this too pink?
I don't think so. I think it's like an orangey, reddish pink, depending on the light.
I don't think so either. But like, you're normal, you know. I don't know if there's guys out there who are still like, oh, is that pink text? Absolutely not.
Well, it is spring and Easter, and I feel like there's a lot of pink going around right now on the guys.
Yeah, I would agree. It's not like a pink shirt. Like, I'm not that.
No, I think it'll be fine. I think it looks good.
We'll see. I said maybe give me some other options just in case.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, but anyways, I feel like I have been kind of drowning in that. Like this next launch for Mother's Day, it's been like a big couple of weeks for that. Lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, because you just did the photo shoot like a week and a half ago.
Yeah, we did the photo shoot. Like I'm working with some new people and like working on this PR list. We're working on our Slumberkins collab coming up.
Oh, nice.
I know, but it like feels like a lot. So
let's
talk about something else.
Who has the time to organize around the house and catch up on life?
It's hard. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
Just keep head down, keep grinding.
Well, my game plan today was to clean out the closet.
How'd that go?
Yeah. Well, if we finish this on time, maybe I'll have time.
Perfect.
Before we get the kids.
Or we can just take 20 minutes of downtime.
Before we go get them?
Yeah.
I'm really excited to see them today.
Yeah, they've been real cute lately and getting along and really hitting their stride.
Yeah, I feel like we've kind of hit a stride.
Yeah, this last weekend was nice.
It was a great weekend. Right?
It was Easter weekend.
It was Easter.
So we had a couple different, right? We had Mondays. Mondays are the worst.
Mondays are the worst. Yeah.
I feel like you're just running all weekend and then you're like, it's Monday. Now it's time to switch into full work mode.
Yeah. Yeah. But then your house has exploded from the weekend.
True. Groceries are low.
Yeah. Today, Ethan asked me a question about groceries. He's like, hey, I can run to the store really quick because we're low. And he's like, I can pick up a few things for dinner. Like, can you just tell me a few things?
And you're like, no, figure it out. And I was like, okay. I mean, basically, it was like figure out how we're going to get a vegetable in our kids' dinner tonight was really the basis of it.
Yeah, they're being really picky with food. For the strides that they are in, I'll take the pickiness on food right now. It's so funny they go through such phases.
They do, but at least they're eating green beans and or edamame.
Did you get any zucchini?
I didn't. I think you have one in the fridge.
I made it last night. I meant to tell you to get zucchini.
Oh, bummer.
Because they ate all of it yesterday.
As long as they eat one vegetable, I feel like we're winning at dinner.
I agree, and I truly don't even care what is on the rest of the plate.
No.
Like, is it frozen chicken nuggets? Okay.
It's not even cooked like our 4-year-old. Every time you go to make her the frozen Chick-fil-A nugget, she always grabs, well, you make them, so you bake them and obviously make them warm.
Yeah.
Or cooked, I guess is the term.
I don't know.
But she's always like wants one or two and eats it frozen, which I don't even know how she gets through it.
It makes my teeth hurt just
but then it's just like so greasy, and she's like walking around the house just like palming this chicken nugget. Everything she touches just is like a film of grease, and I'm like, oh, nice.
Yeah, I think things are just going to be like a little greasier for a few more years. And stickier. Like I feel like my hands are always sticky.
You're always rinsing them off.
Yeah, I literally, like, just before we came and sat down, I went and washed my hands because I just feel, I don't know, I don't even do anything. I guess we golfed today, like maybe that.
You touched one of the kitchen chairs.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, stickier or crumbs are always somewhere. Like I grab the dish rag and I'm just like, I'll just wipe up a little bit, and I go from like one part of the kitchen to the next. I'm like, I'm done. I'm just gonna end up cleaning the whole kitchen if I don't stop now.
Yeah, it's like if you give a mouse a cookie.
Yeah.
That's how you are on weekend mornings.
Oh, I thought you meant with the crumbs for the kids. So just be crumbs everywhere.
No, like you are the mouse and the cookie is cleaning.
That's true.
And once you start, you're like, well,
I'll do this.
Yeah. You're like, I guess that I'm gonna vacuum. I should probably mop.
Yeah, that's a good point. I vacuumed our room and the girls' room in a little bit of the hallway this weekend, but usually I try to, run a vacuum through the whole house just because between the dogs and the kids and us, and it's
No, it's crazy. You can vacuum and then come back an hour later and there's just
you're like, how's there stuff on the floor already? Well,
especially with that Dyson light.
Yeah, the green light.
Yeah, you see everything.
It's so satisfying but maddening at the same time.
Yeah, because you come back and it's impossible.
I feel like things were a lot different like pre-COVID when everyone was in the office 5 days a week. But now you're at home every day. I'm at home half the week. And you just, naturally it's just going to make more dust and mess and living at home,
Yeah. Yeah. No, totally. But I'm glad.
But are you proud of me? I didn't vacuum this weekend. I wanted to, but sometimes when the girls are like doing a craft in the main room, dining room, whatever you call that, brains work so good at the end of the day. And it's just kind of like quiet time, we call it. So we try to do some crafts or some puzzles on the weekends. We'll let them watch a little TV because it gives us a chance to have some downtime to either have downtime with them, or you work, or I'll do stuff around the house.
Or try to take a nap.
Or take a nap if you need it. But if I get that vacuum like anywhere close to the kitchen living room, I just get yelled at.
Yeah, which is unfortunate. But they are just like, no, Daddy.
Like, I don't blame them. Who wants to like do quiet time when someone's vacuuming underneath their feet? It'd drive me crazy.
Yeah, I guess I didn't even notice you didn't do that this weekend.
Yeah.
But Saturday, you were still up like a bat out of hell, like on a mission Saturday morning. Like you didn't even bring me my, like not to like bring up like sensitive subjects. You didn't even bring me my coffee in bed for like an hour.
Morning chores, baby.
I know, but that's the rule. On the weekend, one of us gets up and you bring the other person a coffee and then you go do morning chores. That's what I did. That's what we,
That's true. I got distracted. I was just
and then you
moving and grooving.
And then you came back with a coffee. So I sit up in bed and I like put my phone down and you're like, oh, this is mine. I'm still working. Like, I'll be back with your coffee.
I had like, of course, people know this. Unless you're like sitting down, not focused on a bunch of other tasks, you can drink your coffee while it's warm. But if you make it while you're doing stuff,
you're never going to get to it.
You're never going to get to it. So like I try to carry it around with me because if I leave it somewhere, I'm going to forget about it for 30 minutes. So I was carrying my coffee around with me. And then I had a bunch of stuff in the other hand that was going to the washer or something. I was like, sorry, I don't have any extra hands.
That's the whole point.
I know. I brought you one like 10 minutes later.
I know. Yeah. And some other stuff.
I don't even know what you're referring to.
I was making a sexual joke.
Actually, our 6-year-old brought you the coffee.
Okay, well now I feel really weird that I made that joke. Forget I said anything.
I'm slowly like sinking down in my chair. Are my feet okay in the camera view?
Yeah, I'm.
Sorry, I don't sit.
No, you're fine. You can sink down, baby.
That's don't fine. Sit still very well.
I think you're doing. Listen, we don't do this podcast well, so.
That's true.
Don't feel bad about sitting anytime. Do you want to go get the thing now?
Maybe in a bit.
The footstool.
Yeah, I'll need a break like 20 minutes in.
Working real hard.
This past weekend was good though.
Yeah, I think that weekend was great.
What did we do 2 weekends ago? Let's test your brain.
It was so busy. Didn't we talk about that? Was that 2 weekends ago? Where your dad came down? No, your dad came down last weekend, right?
Oh yeah, last weekend wasn't too busy.
No, it was the weekend before that.
That was just gangbusters.
Like back to back.
Yeah.
Hosting and everything.
Yeah, last weekend was kind of nice. We've had a couple, we always have stuff going on the weekends just because I feel you have to with kids. You just can't sit around the house for 2 full days straight. You end up just going crazy or watching too much TV or something. So
I know.
I like having some task.
Yeah, I think having like one activity a day and then we can kind of plan our day around it, like one thing that we want to do or get done.
Something just popped into my head tomorrow.
What?
It's the roller skating event, and then I have softball.
Oh, fuck. Is she going?
I don't know. Should we just keep silent on it?
She knows.
I know she knows, but what if she
So the last time that we went to an after-school skating activity, I think we probably talked about it.
It's like 5 to 7, right?
Yeah, so you're like, okay, fun. Like the girls love roller skating. It's an easy thing to go do.
Their friends are there.
Yeah, it was without a doubt the worst outing that we've had.
At the rink?
Yeah. Do you remember that? In probably 6 months.
Oh yeah, we left and we're like, we're never doing this again.
It was like both kids on the floor screaming about something.
While we were trying to get out of there?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like 6:37. We've tried to feed them because they do have some food there.
But they don't want to eat it.
They don't want to eat because they're distracted. And then there's obviously video games because everywhere you go now has like video games stashed in the corner.
Like the arcade.
Yeah. And
it's so annoying.
You go there to like skate or you go to like a place to like do jumpy.
Like bowling.
or bowling, and 30 minutes in, they don't even care about that test. They're like, can I play games? And you're like, no, we didn't come here to play games.
Right.
And then I put $20 on a card.
It's gone in minutes.
Gone in 5 minutes. And then they don't understand, like, well, I want more. And it's like, no, that's like, it's such a waste of money.
It's such a waste of money. Not to be such like a curmudgeon about it. Yeah, so I don't think we should go tomorrow. If anything, her friend can take her if they're going.
I have softball.
Oh.
So I'm out, baby.
Are you just checking out completely?
Well, it's at 6:30, so kind of hard.
Well, I'm absolutely not taking both kids alone. That's insane. To take both kids alone to a skating rink.
I mean, I think at some point it'll be easy and successful and fun, or we'll get to a point where we just ship a kid off with another family. Like, oh, it's your problem now.
Yeah. Oh, I feel bad. I don't want to.
No, I do too. I don't know. We'll have to.
Now you're stressing me out. Let's just talk about that.
Okay, what can we talk about that doesn't stress you out?
Oh, is that like the second thing I brought up?
Yeah, you're
sorry.
like, no, I don't want to talk about work, or I don't even know what it was. Clutter. Sorry. But I know, so it popped in my head, and I was like, oh shit.
No, oh shit is right. Well, it's like these schools. You were telling me the other day, you're like, I can't even look at the emails. Because it's like 6 events coming up and volunteer hours. And did you download this app yet? Because if you haven't, you're going to miss out on some key information that you need.
Don't forget, there's no school again this week on Monday or Friday.
Yeah, I met with a different marketing team last week to just talk about the Along the Waves app launch and just kind of, I don't know, I'm just trying to talk to different people, to plan and see how I want to roll things out. And she was asking me when it's going to launch. And I was like, well, I think the app's going to be done, like hopefully beginning of August.
Yep.
Maybe a little bit before that. And then we'll have like a 2-week beta testing. And she was like, whatever you do not launch that app in August. And I was like, why? She was like, back to school. Like it's going to be. It's
crazy, right? Just getting back in the rhythm of things, all the shopping for school supplies.
Yes. And everyone's downloading 5 different apps and logins. She was like, do not do that. Like it will get lost in the back to school shuffle. And I was like, oh my God, I didn't even think about that.
No, that was smart. I mean,
I will pay you for that tip. Didn't even occur to me.
This was our first year, going into kindergarten, and it was terrible. And then a new school for the 4-year-old. I think there's 5 or 6 apps. And since we started, there's been 2 additional new apps that we've had to download. And
one you have to pay for.
Or you can do like the free trial, but it's always like harassing you and you have to like navigate around it. And you're like, I just need you guys to be able to send me important updates and then see a picture when you post one. Like I don't need any other features.
Yeah. No, it's so insane. So that was good feedback.
That was good feedback.
For me.
Yeah.
What else were we just talking about? I think we haven't done this in a while. I'm feeling like a little... We can forget how to talk.
Yeah. Well, last weekend was good. We started kind of talking about Easter. We had a couple different events. We had a little Nuggets game party, which was fun and craziness. And it was like, I don't know how many kids there were.
Like 6 or 7.
6 or 7 kids. And those kids were they did so good. But I mean, it was just chaos.
It was chaos. That group of friends is like a party.
They love their Nuggets.
Yeah, it was loud.
They all have like jerseys and shirts and sweatshirts on, and I showed up with like not one piece of swag for the Nuggets. I was like, oh, I guess I kind of forgot we were watching the Nuggets.
Yeah, and then they made you wear.
No, they didn't make me. They gave me a hat.
No, it was nice. It was really fun. The kids played great.
Anytime you can get the kids together to play great, and you don't have to be hands-on for 2-3 hours.
Yeah.
Maybe it might have been 4. It's great.
Yeah, you were there for a really long time, like long enough for me to go home and work a little bit and then come back.
Yeah.
And still hang out for like an hour.
I know. And then they were like, hey, the Avalanche game is going. Let's roll it back. And I was like, I am going home.
Yeah.
I am tired. Like it's Saturday. I've had too many beers.
Yeah, like, beers and shots. Were they doing shots for not every basket? That's crazy.
I don't know the method behind the madness, but there was always a reason to like celebrate. And I was like, oh my goodness, good luck on the second game. I think
crazy.
I didn't watch. Maybe I watched a period of the Avalanche game and was sleeping by like 9:30. I was like, I'm done.
Yeah, I know that I don't drink anymore, so I'm not the right person to ask about this. But like that sounds like my personal hell to party like that when you're with your kids.
Right.
Sounds like terrible.
But they won. It was fun.
It was fun.
It was an overall successful weekend. And then, another Easter with your family on Sunday, which was nice and low key, and weather was good. Yeah, it was a good weekend.
Yeah, we went for a nice long walk with the kids yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
And I was thinking about it, and it's like we haven't ever been able to do that because we either have a stroller or we have, like, what?
Oh, just lately, what have we been taking on the walks? We talked about this last time.
Yeah, exactly. Or the kids want to bike ride, or they want to ride scooters,
or push a real-looking baby in a stroller.
Yeah, did I tell you someone stopped us on the walk?
We're like, oh my gosh, your baby's beautiful.
No, they were like, that is the most terrifying baby I've ever seen. It's one of those look like real life looking babies.
Hey, the kid loves it.
Yeah, it was a gift. She loves it.
And then the other kid was like pulling a skateboard with a stuffy and multiple bungee cords.
Yeah, like a bungee cord. And we were like, if that bungee cord snaps, it's coming straight for your eye. Like, just so you know.
Which is cute, but you're moving really slow when you're doing that. So like we convinced him, like, let's just go on a walk. Let's go around the park. So we made it like halfway around the park, and you're like, I think we can make it all the way around. And I'm like, seriously? And I was like,
we could do it.
I think we should go back. Like, no, we can do it. And the girls were like, oh yeah, we can do it. And I was like, they're lying. There's no way they can do it. And I think we made it another like
10 feet.
Yeah, we should have still could have turned back. Should have. And the young one's like, will you carry me? Like, I'm tired. My feet
She's
are
like, my legs hurt.
And so we did the remaining 3/4 of a mile with her on my shoulders or your shoulders.
But I thought it was really fun.
It was fun.
It's like I know it sounds really like basic, but just walking with our kids is feels new.
It's nice.
I really like they can run ahead, they can like explore.
Yeah. Like there's a lot of grassy areas, tree areas. It's, you're not like next to a busy road, so you can kind of let them run a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I like that. I prefer that over the biking and the scooters where they're going ahead and you're like, there's a stop sign. Like, stop at the light,
Swerving into like the middle. I mean, they're residential roads, but they're like, hey, you're in the middle of the road. Like,
they don't
understand
the stay on the side thing.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I enjoyed it. I don't know if we should. I was thinking about doing that day after school, but they're probably going to be so tired.
I will do it if you pull me in the wagon. It's the only way it's happening.
No.
But we have to get it in now because I feel like when summer hits, especially last summer was so hot.
Last summer was miserable.
And I'm sure we notice the heat more now because the kids want to be outside, right?
Yeah.
And even at 4 or 5, when you pick them up at school, like midsummer, it's still 90 plus degrees out. Like you can't go to the park because you can't touch a slide. It'll burn you.
Yeah.
And it's still like 90, 95 degrees out. So you don't want to be outside like you're hot after 5 minutes. So I think we're doing it right. Let's get it in now and then.
Yeah, but I think it would be nice. Sorry, this microphone stand, I can't believe your microphone stand actually stays up. I think it must be the angle that I'm at.
Oh, really?
It just like always falls. But maybe we can take walks, like nighttime walks, like at 7.
Yeah, in the summer.
I mean, that's probably too late, but.
Yeah, we can.
Or do lots of pool time.
We can hope. Or pool time. I liked your idea today of if you can swing it, like getting the girls a couple days a week at 3. And then hitting the pool.
Yeah, that feels because if we get them at 5, and then go to the pool, and then you got to do sunscreen, and you're not really getting in till like 5:30, 5:40. Then you swim for an hour, and everyone's hungry.
Yeah, and then you got to go home. They fall asleep in the car.
Yeah,
you're like, wait, you guys need to wake up. You need to eat. But then you have to brush your teeth and go to bed right away.
Right away.
No, like, they're used to having like a transition period of playing and between dinner and bed. So I think I've learned. I used to think it was like good to go to do things after school, but you can never come home and go straight to bed ever. Like they need like a 30-minute. If you do an activity, yeah, like especially if you haven't fed them. Right,
but even when we try to bring food to the pool, they're like too excited to swim that they don't eat.
Yeah, it's like when they go skating or do something. It's like, hey, it's still dinner time. You need to eat because guess what?
Right.
If it comes 7:30 and you haven't eaten, who's gonna be crabby?
No, it's it's insane.
And then tired.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think it's been a good couple of weeks.
Yeah, it's been nice. They've been playing well together and
yeah.
And then you've been talking about like another baby, and I'm like, oh my, like I love the idea, obviously, right? But part of me is also like, and we talk about this of like resetting the clock.
Yeah. I think it was a couple days ago I mentioned to you, like I've been trying to go to like night yoga once a week, like at 7 or even 8 p.m., which is crazy. That's why I was asking you about softball tomorrow, because I was going to go to the 8:15 class, but you won't be home, so that's okay. I was like, man, like just the things you take for granted when you're out of the baby stage. Like I couldn't just go to a 7 p.m. yoga class.
Yeah,
if
probably
we had a baby.
Not for at least a good 6 months. I mean,
yeah. I mean, whether you're nursing or like if I at the very least, you'd have to plan it around pumping, but like most likely I would need to be home, like titties ready for something like. Or I'm not even trying to be funny, like just based on how the last baby was.
Just takes away from the enjoyment of like, oh, I'm going to go to yoga. I'm going to leave a little early. You know, I can sit in the parking lot afterwards and do some emails for 20 minutes. No, you'd have to be like, okay, I have to leave at the last possible minute.
Yeah, but even that feeling of like, if she wakes up and I'm not there to nurse, will Ethan be able to give her a bottle? Like, will she take the bottle or will she scream till I get home?
Now you're really giving me PTSD.
Yeah.
The whole transition to a bottle thing has always been hard for us.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I mean, both kids was like, it was an effort.
Yeah. And then I think with the second she took one, so we thought we were in the clear. And then we stopped for a week and like she never took it again.
Yeah.
I remember like the very first time I went to go get my hair done after we had our second.
Uh-huh.
It was like my first time.
You're like, ooh, I'm going to get out of the house for 2 hours, get beautiful.
Go get beautiful. I think I had like my extensions in, you know, like really going for it. And I just remember you text me being like, she's not taking a bottle. Like, when are you going to be home?
Yeah. Like she's been screaming bloody murder for an hour.
Yeah. And I know that you try like not to bug me about that stuff, you know, because like you want
of course
me to go have my time, but at one point you were like, okay, like
like are you gonna be home soon?
Yeah, so I left with wet hair. I just like left the appointment. I was like, don't even worry about it, like get me as far as you can. And then I raced home, and then I just remember coming home and my mom, or maybe my dad, because my mom and dad had come over, because you were like, I can't have my toddler and this baby who won't stop screaming. Remember?
Oh yeah, I remember like being out back and like
outside,
walking around with her and
trying to distract her with things. Yeah. So then I got home and my mom or my dad was holding her outside and she was still just crying.
Yeah, like top of her lungs, screaming.
Oh my God.
For a good hour, yeah.
Oh my God. It's insane.
So some of the things to think about, just a little food for thought. But yeah, what were we talking about? Like if we were to have another kid, like what are like the 3 things you'd want to do before?
Yes, that I would. Do you have any?
I think one we've been
like
talking about it lately. Like it'd be fun to get up to camp, your parents' camp in Michigan, which we've been once, but it'd be fun to do that again, especially like next summer when both girls are hopefully pretty, you know, is it efficient?
Yeah.
Or just can swim? Just can swim.
Efficient?
Yeah.
Is that what you said? Efficient?
Yeah. Like just to the point where like if you turn your back for 30 seconds, you know your kid can swim out 3 feet and swim back or swim to the dock. It's not even, the lake's not even deep.
Not unsupervised, but just so that we could sit.
Yeah. Yeah, because I think that trip would be really hard with like a 5 and a 7-year-old and a newborn.
Well, maybe, yeah. I mean, if the 5 and the 7-year-old are kind of independent, maybe it wouldn't be bad with a baby.
Yeah, true.
You know, like if
just
one
let
person's
them wander
just
off in the
baby,
woods for a couple hours.
The 5 and the 7-year-old, yeah,
tie a string to them. Like, hey, yeah, well,
a cowbell.
Yeah, a cowbell.
You can hear them coming. No, that trip's hard with a baby because it's like a camp in the middle of nowhere with no electricity,
no running water. Oh, there's a well water, but there's like
it's a hand pump.
There's no electricity. There's not warm water unless you heat it on the stove.
There's not a bathroom.
Everything's like an outhouse, an outdoor shower.
Yeah, which is fine in and of itself. But if you have a kid that's like in the crawling stage.
Oh, not going to work.
That's like, where are you going to put them? They could crawl around camp and just collect dust bunnies.
Is your uncle who has the little dogs, and when he takes them outside, he puts them in like a little caged area?
Yeah, exactly.
That's what we'd have to do with the kid.
Right, with the 5 Yorkies. Just throw them in there.
Put a blanket down and be like, all right, keep each other entertained.
I mean, that's what baby pens are for, right?
That's true.
I mean, that they make those. That's not like a crazy unheard of thing.
Yeah, but, not a very kid-friendly place for like a, you know, someone that's crawling.
Yeah.
I mean, we went for the first time when What, the 6-year-old was a year and a half?
18 months, yeah, because I was just pregnant.
Oh, that's right.
Because I remember I was like so sick. I just wanted to sleep.
And it was fun, but it was also like 2-on-1 or 3 or 4-on-1 with your parents help.
It was hard.
But it was still hard. I mean, yeah, she was up every morning at the butt crack of dawn, right?
Yeah.
And then wanted to go outside, which is fine, but then the mosquitoes were so bad that we tried to get all like the natural mosquito like ointment stuff, which worked okay. But I think one morning she went out there and whoever was watching her didn't put any spray on her and got
got annihilated.
Like 30 mosquito bites. And we
felt
were just
so
like,
bad.
we were just like, oh, I couldn't even imagine, right? Like,
yeah.
Like as an adult, like you get 1 or 2 and you either like put something on to address the issue or you're like, I'm going back inside. This sucks. I'm just getting eaten alive. But like, I guess as a 1.5-year-old, you just don't know any better.
That was one of our like, oh my God, we're terrible parents.
Yeah.
Moments. But we were probably just like anything for 30 extra minutes of sleep.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that was rough. She was still waking up. And that's that age where like you can't reason with them. You can't like bribe them.
They're starting to like form words and thoughts.
Yeah, but if she woke up at 5 a.m., we can't be like, go back to bed for an hour and then you can watch Bluey. Or like go back to bed and you can have ice cream for breakfast. Like there's like what I would totally do on vacation now.
Oh yeah.
You know, but there's nothing of that. No, that was hard, and she couldn't swim. Didn't even really like being in the water.
That's true. Like she did good in the water then. I think that was one of the better water trips. But yeah, you know, it's growing up in Colorado. I mean, there's not pools everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just. I think it's different than growing up in a warm weather climate like California or something where you're always near the water. So
yeah, that was that flight. I know we've talked about it, but that flight out there was like terrible.
Spent the whole flight in the bathroom rocking her and
up and down the aisle. Would you like some water?
No, I'm good. Do you think now that if we had a third kid and we were flying, we'd be like, oh, well, she's crying. I don't have to tell you. Expect everyone on the airplane to have like noise canceling headphones. Like, yeah, not my problem.
I think there's definitely a degree of I don't give an F, like the more kids you have, or at least like the more seasons of a parent you are. But I can't imagine not at least trying to get them to calm down, you know?
Yeah.
Like I can't imagine she being like, well, I'm sorry, you know?
Yeah, she's been screaming her lungs off for 30 minutes. Not my problem.
Yeah, I'm going to put my headphones in if you don't mind. Yeah. No, I could never do that.
No, I mean, just as a parent, you know. But maybe you get that way eventually, like the more kids you have.
Oh, I'm sure if you have 8 kids.
Oh, yeah. At that point, you're telling the oldest to go get the baby.
Yeah. No, that's, yeah.
So what's like one trip you'd want to do or a thing you'd want to do?
What's one thing I want to do before we have another baby?
If we have another baby.
Find a therapist that I like.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's good. Not trying to do that in the throes of postpartum depression.
No. I think I've never had a therapist that I like and that I've stuck with, I mean, ever.
Yeah.
And I think that if we were to have a third baby, I would want to go to therapy now.
Yeah.
Work, like, not work through everything, but at least kind of start the process and have that person, like, set up in place, ready to go.
You're like, you're going to call me day 2, but I'm going to have to be flexible with the kid's nap. So I'm going to need you on call. You're going to clear your 8-hour day. I might have to call you twice in that day.
Yeah, I just need you to keep that whole first 6 months open for me. Maybe do some house calls.
Exactly.
Just come and check in. We would do a night nurse this time.
Yeah, I think that would be.
Even just 2 days a week, just suck it up and pay for that. You know,
just so that you could get a good night's sleep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That would be amazing.
Maybe that would help with the bottles.
Yeah, that's a good point. Although I think you still nurse. Like I think she brings you the baby.
Oh, okay.
And then you can kind of nurse in bed, and then she takes the baby and changes and swaddles. I don't know. So I would want a therapist. I also need to see that my app's not going to completely fail.
Good point.
Like from a fiscal perspective.
Yeah.
You know, I can't sign up for another like lifetime of paying for another child. And I know that's like so unromantic, but
kids are expensive.
Yeah. I mean, what about you? What else?
Really get my golf game to a good point where I'm, single digit handicapper, handicapper, so that then I could just lose it all again.
Oh, see, you know what? That's so annoying that you just said that, because like just leading up to this, like the last 10 minutes conversation, I've been like, you know what? Fuck yeah. Like, let's do it. Like, let me find a therapist.
Yeah.
The girls are going to be bigger. It's going to be a bigger age gap. I'm all in for a bigger age gap this time. Like, I think that would be.
I get why people have 1 or 2 kids that are, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. I mean, even older, it seems sometimes. And then they have another kid. And it's like, I mean, I get the thought process behind it.
Yeah, no, totally. Like, it actually sounds really appealing now to have a baby with like a 5 and a 7-year-old. Like, that sounds ideal.
Yeah, they could help.
Yeah, compared to like 2 under 2. But then you mentioned golf. And I'm like, just now being like, I'm going to go to the range by myself and like practice.
Yeah, you're really getting into it.
Yeah. And like maybe, I mean, I still missed a couple balls today completely. But I'm just excited to like keep working at it. And I'm like, oh, fuck, if I have another baby, there goes that,
Baby's on the range in the stroller crying. do you think you get some looks there compared to the airplane?
Yeah, probably pretty similar. Just like a bunch of old white dudes glaring at me.
Yeah, like, what are you doing out here with the baby?
You woman, get back to the house where you belong. Yeah, I don't know.
That'd be kind of cool if they had a golf course that had like a program set up where maybe there was like a couple bays or like practice mats like a little further away.
Oh, I told you about that.
Well, hold on, let me finish.
Okay.
See how maybe spot on I am. But you'd have to have like shade for the kid. You probably want some like fans. Mm-hmm. Like you'd probably want to have like water there.
Yeah.
Like somewhere.
Like a dog.
Like somewhere you could nurse maybe. Like if there was like a little shelter behind the hitting mats or something. That'd be cool. So there's a place that does that?
I saw someone post on stories, someone that I follow. I have no idea who it was. That they went to a driving range that had like a big kid play structure.
Oh, that's right.
Next to it, and then it had a bunch of like picnic tables. But I worry about swinging if we're inviting kids. Like, how could you ever do a backswing without constantly like looking over your shoulder?
Yeah.
To make sure there's not some like 18-month-old whose parents aren't watching them.
I feel like I've taken the older girl maybe once or twice back in the day with her friend.
Yeah.
And I think maybe I did it. Maybe
you guys did Topgolf recently.
Yeah, and you have to make sure they understand the rules and make sure that they're sitting here and that you could see them. It's doable, but it's also
like where you can see them the whole time.
But it's also like going back to yoga, right? Like that's your kind of getting away you time, like going there and not being able to just kind of zone out and hit golf balls for 30 minutes. You're thinking about your kid.
Yeah.
And I'm bad enough as it is. I don't need another distraction.
Yeah. I can't even swing a golf club if I'm like, where's Ethan?
That's true.
Like, I don't know how you do it with a kid, but that'd be really cool. I mean, the fancy clubs have childcare.
Oh, that's a really good point.
Right?
Yeah.
But you probably have to pay for that.
Take it to the club and put it on your dad's tab.
Ooh. He's like, why am I seeing $500 in childcare? Like, I don't know, Dad. That's so weird.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure.
Actually, that's a great question. Can we use that? There's no way.
If your dad's there, yeah, I'm sure.
Why have we never done that on like a day that we don't have childcare?
We've never thought about this. I don't know. I don't know how it works.
There's no way. I don't want to talk like too specifics about it either.
But like the gym I go to, they have childcare, right? That you can sign up for. It's really reasonable. You can take them for like a couple hours a day. And they don't require like all the, it must be a different service than like a full-time childcare where you have to show like immunizations and all that stuff. There's obviously something different with like a drop-in service.
Yeah, like for state regulations.
Yeah, there's got to be.
Yeah, if I were a stay-at-home mom, that gym with childcare would be such a godsend.
Oh, yeah.
Like just to go, I would go every day and take kids. And even if I just did emails for an hour, You're
like, actually, I'm not going to work out. You're like,
I have a girlfriend who does that.
You're like in your business clothes and you're just dropping them off. You're like, no, I pay for this once a day. They're coming for 2 hours.
Yeah, well, they say you have to stay, but what's stopping me from just going upstairs to one of the tables?
Nothing.
And working on my computer.
I'm sure a lot of people do that. I mean, why would you not?
I think it's a great idea. until our kids were like, we don't want to go back there.
Yeah, that lasted like 2 weeks where they enjoyed it, and then
we never enjoyed it.
No, we talked about this on one of the previous ones. It was like a battle to get out of the house, a battle to get them in the car, and then we'd get there, and one kid wouldn't want to go in, and we'd have to like convince him to go in, and we got to the point where it was like I'm mentally exhausted from just trying to get here. And get my kid in the gym.
Now I got to work out.
Like, I don't even want to work out.
Like, we were like running late to gymnastics.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, terrible. What a dumb time in our life. Like, isn't it funny looking back? We're like, why do we even do that?
I feel like all parents do that. Like, there's some point where you get stubborn. You're like, well, I'm just going to live my life. And my kid's going to come along, right?
Yeah.
And then at least for us, we realized that it didn't work so well.
Right.
Or at least we weren't mentally strong enough to like get over the hurdle of like having to put all that mental effort in for like an hour.
No, it was terrible.
To try to like mentally check out for an hour.
Yeah, we quit gymnastics a few months ago, and it's been magical.
Yeah, that Saturday morning was
so nice. It's so nice.
It is so nice. And now
just
we can
be able to do
whatever
we want.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be a really rude awakening for me when they start signing up for more activities.
Yeah, worry about it down the road.
Yeah, that's a down the road problem.
T-ball this summer. We'll see how that goes.
I know it'll be fun.
It will be.
It's just hard. Like twice a week is hard. I know I sound like such a wuss, but
well, it just gets into that. You know, when we did it last year, you know, games and practices were like at 5:30, right? Mm-hmm. Where for parents that have to be at their job till 5, have to like then go get their kid. And then have to like show up there, like that's got to be hard for them.
Yeah.
But even for us, like I think we just always pick the kids up 30 minutes early. We're getting Chick-fil-A. We're gonna go to the park. We're gonna sit and eat for 20 minutes.
Right.
And then we'll go do the practice or the game. Because again, like we were talking about earlier, getting home and trying to like feed them at 7 after being in the hot sun for over an hour, just like
impossible.
It would be.
Yeah.
I don't know, but do you think they just adapt and they eventually, like, if you do that, they're just like, okay, well, I guess.
I don't know, because you're of that mindset with bringing snacks after school. You're like, just stop bringing snacks and they'll get used to not having snacks for the 5-minute car ride home.
Which we've accomplished.
No, we still bring little Hershey Kisses.
Oh, yeah. Do we have Hershey Kisses? I think we're out.
No, we are?
I think so.
Oh, fuck.
Like, so we found this, like, nice little niche. Like, instead of having to, like, do we bring them string cheese? Do we bring them beef jerky? Like trying to focus on something healthy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or versus like
an ice cream.
When we just give up, be like, we're just going to give up because we know they'll like the ice cream or the popsicle versus like, oh, I brought you a somewhat healthy bar. And they're like, I don't want that.
Yeah, we're like, we brought you carrots. And they're like, well, where's my treat?
That's all we have. But like now we do the Hershey Kisses, the small ones. They each get 2, which is nothing.
It's nothing.
And they love it. They don't complain anymore.
Right. They're excited.
Now
that we say this, they're going to start complaining though.
Yeah, probably. I don't want a Hershey's Kiss.
Yeah, this is all
I want
bullshit.
A Starburst. It's like, no, you're not getting a Starburst, kid. Right. Even though right now I think we're probably going to take them Starburst because they have some from Easter.
Yeah. Well, we didn't buy them those, but yeah, exactly. What were we talking about? Snacks.
Just the snack game and after school but you brought this up the other day. I think, you know, in the summer if you're able to pick them up at 3, I think that'll just kind of reset their mindset because as we talk about, like they're in school from 8 to 5.
It's so long.
And like such a structured environment where they do really good and we get really good like feedback. But then when they get out of that structured environment, they just really
fall apart.
And they've been so much better lately, but it's been a battle that we've continuously seen. Yeah, Mondays still are hard because it's just long weekend. Like it doesn't, like, I know I'm getting off track here. It doesn't matter how tired they are on the weekends. They will never nap.
Right.
We usually let them stay up a little bit later, and I'm talking like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Maybe an hour.
Right.
But then they still wait. They wake up even earlier. They're up like at 6:15, 6:30, and we're like, guys,
it's the weekend.
It's the weekend.
Yeah.
Sleep in like 7:30. Like I'll take 7.
I'll take 7 too. Yeah.
But like 7:30, like maybe we get to the point where it's like 8.
Yeah. No, it's infuriating. It's like, you guys, I had to wake you up this week.
Oh yeah. Then it comes like Tuesday, and they're like, it's like 7, and you're like, why are you guys still sleeping?
Get your ass up.
We got to get to school. Like, I just don't know.
Yeah. They're just excited on the weekend. We need to start telling someone was like, just tell them it's a school day. I'm like, yeah, that's not a bad idea. But our older girl is old enough to know now.
Oh yeah, she knows.
She knows what Friday means, you know.
Well, I don't know. I kind of feel bad. Like I'm excited. Like, yeah, it's the weekend. Like,
I agree.
You don't have to get up
movie
and go.
Night,
But they've done really good. I don't know. Last week, I was gonna say last couple weeks, but it's probably not even been a full week where they get up in the morning and they've been playing.
Yeah.
Like engaging with each other, playing, and not just getting up and asking us, is it a school day? And then immediately having a breakdown because it is.
Right.
And then you're like, oh, okay, well, it's 6:30.
Yeah, that's a good point.
We're not leaving for an hour.
Today was Monday and it was great.
It was great.
What did we do different? Usually Monday mornings like suck the biggest balls because, I mean, they're like tired from the weekend. They don't want to get up and go to school.
They're not as excited about school on Monday.
This morning was amazing. What did we do?
I don't know.
The kids just like played. We had like nice breakfast in the kitchen.
Yeah, no.
It's probably because we had more flex time to get to school.
That's true.
So we weren't like at 7:20, get your asses in the car.
Yeah,
you know?
That's true. Like we got to go. And then I think it gets, I know for me, like it gets my anxiety up because I'm like, guys, we got to go. You got to get to school. You can't be late. If you're late. And then I think like I got to start getting worked up and I'm like, well, I got to get to work. Like I got a meeting. Like, let's go. I wish
they had a bigger rolling start, like an hour, you know?
Yeah, but then we just wouldn't get them there until the second hour. And then we'd just be an hour behind on our day every day.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's going to solve all our problems.
I know.
I just mean I wish there was like a little more flexibility with what time school started. But I get it. It's a big, you know, it's a real school.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah. No, even like, you know, these non-school days where they can still go to school for like after school care all day.
Yeah.
Like even just knowing I don't have to drop you off at 7:45, like 7:50, 7:55 is not a big deal. It really like I feel like helps the morning and everyone's not as like, let's go. Like,
so how can we try to like copy that for tomorrow, even though we have to be there on time? Like, how do we kind of like carry that vibe?
I don't know.
Right? Because like that's the mindset.
We've been doing really good the last month of I think it's just 7:20, right? We're like, hey guys, we got to get out early. We got to get out the door at 7:20. Well, the reality is it's usually like 7:30, 7:35, but then you have that like 10-15 minutes where you're like, hey, you got to get your shoes on if you want to get going, like you need to get your coat on.
Yeah.
Like instead of trying to do that at 7:35 when it's like you only have a 2-minute buffer.
Yeah. No, totally.
So we've done really good with, I think, just like, I can't believe it took us 6 years to figure this out of like being late to everything we did because we thought we could leave when you and I would normally leave.
Yeah, I still struggle with that.
I know.
I'm like, 10 minutes till we got to go. I guess I'll go get ready now.
Yeah, where it's like, no, we need to plan to leave like at least 20 minutes before we're supposed to leave.
At least, yeah. And then it's like, okay, well, if I have 10 minutes to get ready, sure, I could get ready in 10 minutes, but I'm going to get interrupted 15 times.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to like walk out of the bathroom.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
So we're figuring it out, baby.
So if we got pregnant like tomorrow, what would your like emotions be for real? And then we can wrap up. It's time to go.
Oh, I don't even know. I think it would be obviously excitement, but I think reality would settle into being like, all right, like 10 months from now, like we're resetting the clock.
Yeah.
I think we'd be trying to cram as much shit into like 8 months as possible, right? I'd be like, Annalie, I don't have 6 months off work. Like,
yeah. Yeah.
But I definitely think we would be. I mean, why not, right?
Why not what? Try to do as much?
Yeah, just get a bunch of stuff in till, you know, not for the better, but, you know, till you have a major life change.
Yeah.
But I also think if we had another baby, we would just be like, you're along for the ride. Like,
oh yeah,
you can nap in the car when we're in the car. If we're not driving during nap time, you can nap in the stroller. Like, you're just gonna have to figure it out, kid. Like, whereas the first kid, you know, and I think a lot of parents do this. Your kid just, their schedule kind of controls your life, right?
Yeah. Do you think that we're just saying that because we're so far removed?
Probably.
And we're like, oh no, we'd be like so chill with the schedule.
You'd probably be like, well, I got to get the kid down in 30 minutes. You guys can go to the park for 2 hours.
Yeah.
I got to stay here and
I got to go sit in the chair.
And make sure to get my nap in.
He's scratching the chair. Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, obviously, like, I'd be excited.
Yeah, I think I'd be excited.
It'd be a big game changer, but I mean, at that point, you're kind of pot committed.
Yeah, it'd be kind of nice just to like have that decision made for us, you know?
Surprise!
And just like not have to think about it.
Yeah, well, we'll keep everyone updated. Well, that was fun.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening.
Like, listen, click.
Yeah.
Message. What are the stupid things I always say? What's the like beep, 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 beep thing?
Subscribe?
No, from like back in the day.
Smash that like button?
No, from like 6 years ago and you didn't have telephones, or however long, 100 years ago.
Page me?
No, where the little thing that would do the beeps to Morse code.
Oh, isn't that called something that you do Morse code on?
I don't know.
Or is it called? What's that called?
I don't even know.
What's the machine called?
I don't know. I mean, I don't even know when phones came out. Like, what?
Did you have a phone growing up?
Oh yeah, like a hardwired phone. We didn't even have. When I was growing up, we didn't even have the. God, my brain is not
the
working.
wireless.
The wireless wasn't even an option, and like, I remember when you first started, like the phone cords were like 4 feet long, right? But you always like try to stretch them to like 8. You'd be like pulling off the wall, and then you'd get to like. Somehow someone came up with the brilliant idea of like, well, let's make a 20-foot cord.
Right. Yeah. And then you'd like, I'd like pull it off the kitchen, like stretch it all the way through the living room.
Yeah. You could at least like walk around a little bit, not be like tethered to the wall. But then, what are they called? Wireless or?
Yeah. I've been seeing people getting home phones for their house.
Really?
For safety, like for little kids.
Okay.
To be like, if anything ever happens, you need to grab this and dial 911, you know?
That's crazy. I think
it's kind of a good idea.
It's not a bad idea.
Right?
We're totally getting off subject.
I kind of like to have a corded phone. Maybe like a rotary one.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure the kids wouldn't play on it all the time. Just be like calling random people.
I know. My grandma had one and I was always just like, you know?
Just, yeah.
Playing over and over and over again.
That's the old school one.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was fun. I know. We're wrapping up again.
Great. Thanks so much for listening. Love you. We will, again, sorry for being so off schedule. I'm hoping now by going to Fridays it'll be better. Are you okay? Okay, bye.